people for sure have the starter kit oils, but they may not have a lot besides, but I definitely want to suggest them because having those additional oils in your arsenal is incredibly helpful. So first thing I want to say is if you do not have gentle babies and you're interested in using oils for not only pregnancy, labor, delivery, but also for kids, which is why it's called Gentle Babies, highly, highly recommend this book. It is by Deborah Rayburn, and this is the new edition. I have the older edition, which is still full of great information. Oh yeah, here is the older edition, if you have this one, but this is the new one. You can see much bigger, a lot more information in here. So that one, I use it a ton, and it's in alphabetical order, so when you're wanting something at 3 in the morning, you don't lose your mind because you can easily look it up with very few brain cells. So let's talk a little bit about which oils are amazing for labor and delivery from the starter kit. All throughout pregnancy, both Digize and Peppermint are amazing, very beginning for your morning sickness, but then also if you have the stomach discomfort, if you struggle with heartburn and that kind of thing, both of these and lemon actually, they are all vitality oils. The white label means vitality, meaning it is safe for internal consumption. So whenever you feel like your stomach is sitting inside your lungs after you are fully pregnant and nothing tastes good because you feel awful after you eat it, these 3 oils will be your saving grace. I hate the smell of Digize, so I put a drop right under my tongue. That absorbs into your body really fast if you hold oils under your tongue. And then also with peppermint and lemon, you can put it on topically, the non-vitality oils, same oil, different bottle to show that it can be used externally. But you could put that right over your esophagus, right over your tummy. I will say one thing, peppermint, the further along you get, this can actually flip a baby. Helpful if you want your baby to flip, not helpful if you don't. So just the further along you get, I would not put peppermint near your belly. That doesn't mean you can't use it topically. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't diffuse it, but just be careful of putting this directly on your belly. So those 3 will definitely help with your stomach discomfort. If you're having a baby toward the fall and winter and you struggle with staying healthy, Thieves is going to be your go-to. Make Thieves tea if you're struggling with the throat junk or the head junk. I just put hot water with a drop of Thieves in it and a drop of lemon, and then I like to use honey. You can also use a drop of Copaiba, not in the starter kit, but awesome to have on hand, especially when your babies grow for teething. But put a drop of this and honey on a spoon, drink that, and it's going to help soothe your throat, which is amazing. So that's going to keep you healthy along with Citrus Fresh. This is just going to get the junk out of the air if you diffuse the non-vitality version of Citrus Fresh. Really, really helpful and also good for your entire system. So another thing to keep in mind, lemon is a detoxifier. So if you take this internally, it is going to help flush out anything in your system that could bog your body down. So really, really helpful to have lemon on hand for that purpose. So hopefully, I just touched my screen and now I went dark. Sorry. Let me see if there we go. Okay, so let's talk about some further oils. As your belly expands, frankincense will be your best friend. This is the vitality version because that's what I had on hand here. But the other oil, you can add it to coconut oil or your favorite lotion, rub it all over your belly, even on your boobs, because that can help with eliminating or preventing your stretch marks, which is very important. Another thing for labor and delivery with frankincense, we anointed my baby Haven after she was born on her head with frankincense, which was really special for us. And then I started to put this immediately on her clamped umbilical cord. So that helped it to heal much faster and to fall off quicker. And I want to say it took like 2 or 3 days, which was really impactful. So super awesome oil for that purpose. It's also good for Mama, let me tell you, Clariderm, you need this. I started using Clariderm leading up to labor, and just directly downstairs sprayed it for about 3 weeks leading up, and then afterwards. So it has tea tree, which if you know anything about tea tree, lavender, Roman chamomile, and helichrysum. Helichrysum is known as liquid stitches, so that is incredible for your body. I use this afterwards too. You know how when you're in the hospital, they have that spray that they give you in the bathroom to, you know, help with numbing and that kind of thing? You're basically spraying toxins into an open wound. As harsh as that sounds, that's what it is. After you have a baby, it's an open wound. And so I did not want to put any type of toxins into my body, especially that's going to impact my hormone system and my ovaries, you know, all those things. So I use Clariderm, and I will tell you, from my first baby to my second baby, I healed so much faster. I had less swelling. I had to have stitches both times. The stitches healed faster. I was walking much easier. It was just way, way better with the Clariderm. Now, Clariderm does not have frankincense, so I actually added some to it because frankincense is also really soothing and healing, so I like to mix that together. Let's see, others for the kit. During labor, you want a peaceful atmosphere. You want confidence, you want relaxation, you want your body to be relaxed and the baby to be relaxed. So I made a diffuser blend that included Stress Away, Peace and Calming, and Valor. And it smelled so good. I had people who wanted to come into my, like the nurses wanted to come and hang out in my room because they were full, the floor was full, and they were stressed out. And they were like, man, your room is so relaxing. I'm like, yeah, it is relaxing. So what I did was, I actually had, let me grab one really quick, a bottle ready with my diffuser blend, and I had a bottle ready with my discomfort blend. I'll talk about that next. And then I had a bottle ready with my post-labor blend, and they were marked. So my doula knew it, my husband knew it, no thinking. I was in labor for 2 hours with Haven, including a 45-minute, didn't take that long, but quick drive to the hospital. So there's no time. You don't have time to be like, oh, hey, what should I mix together out of my oils? No, you want it to be easy, you want it to be quick. So I had those ready to go. When we got to the hospital, Luke knew to fill up the diffuser. He dumped the diffuser blend in, turned it on, we were ready to go. I had my other blend, I don't think I'm supposed to say this, but the word pain, because that's what you feel whenever you're in labor. What I mixed together for that was Panaway and peppermint. And I actually think I added some Copaiba too, because that helps to turn up the volume of the other oils, because I have back labor when I am in labor, which is really uncomfortable. I've never had any other type of labor, so I can't tell you the difference, but I've been told by my doula and others that that is more uncomfortable. So I had that ready. I put it in a 10 milliliter bottle and added the peppermint, Panaway, and then a carrier oil. And a carrier oil, like a liquid coconut, that binds to your oils, makes them go further. And because Panaway and peppermint are considered hot oils, meaning they're pretty intense, it helps to kind of tone down that intensity, but you still get the benefit of the oils. So I had that ready. I rubbed it on my back a lot, and that helped. It just kind of took away like the intense edge of the contractions and made them more manageable, which is huge whenever you're in labor. So I also mentioned Valor as diffuser, but this oil is the confidence oil. So what it did was, during transition, whenever you're getting ready, your body is moving from like a 9 to a 10 and you're ready to push. This gives you the confidence that I can do this, it's gonna be over soon, the baby's gonna be here soon, and everything will be great. So I put it on my wrists, my neck, I breathed it in. You could even put it over your heart, just like as an additional encouragement for your body that you know what you're doing, you can have the courage to get that baby here. So that one was amazing. It's also an aligning oil, so birth can be kind of traumatic for the baby and for mom, especially if you push for a long time. And so this on the spine after delivery for both mama and baby is great for just making sure that the body is in alignment, is not out of whack or uncomfortable after the labor and delivery process. Let's see, what else have I not talked about? Lavender. I also had lavender in my relaxation blend, but if you combined lavender and not a kit oil but geranium after labor, I had a uterus blend. So if you've had a baby before, you know that when you're nursing your baby after delivery, your uterus contracts because it's trying to shrink back down again, and it is incredible. The contractions were pre-labor. So these two actually helped that process go faster, and it was a lot less uncomfortable than the first time that I had a baby. So these two, just with a little bit of carrier oil, actually put it in a dropper bottle and just dropped it all over my belly, rubbed it in, and it made things go much, much smoother. You can actually also put this in a spray bottle and use this before and after on your perineum so that that stretches easier and heals faster, because those are great. Another benefit of geranium after labor is that it is an emotional support oil. So if you struggle with the hormones being all crazy or postpartum issues, geranium is just going to help soothe your emotions and give you peace and comfort, which is really nice, especially after you have been through, you know, the challenges and the struggles with birth. So another thing to keep in mind with peppermint, and once again, this is the Vitality oil, but when you're in labor, I have one right here. Here's the topical. So when you're in labor, it gets hot because you're doing a lot of work. And so what I had my doula do was drop a couple drops of peppermint on a wet, cool washcloth and put it on my head and the back of my neck. So that helped keep my temperature down and helped me feel a lot more comfortable than I otherwise felt, because it's intense. I mean, your body is doing so much work, and this can help you stay calm and cool throughout the whole process. So let's also talk about Raven. We mentioned thieves to stay healthy, but one of the things that really sucks is if you have a cold or congestion or allergies whenever you are going into labor. So Raven is just gonna help open up your lungs, open up your airways, help you to be able to breathe and to flush that stuff out so you can be breathing well, because breathing is such a part of control whenever you're in labor. It can help you just stay in the moment. It can help you to breathe through the contractions. It can help to keep you calm. So Raven will just assist with doing that. And I like to put it right on my chest. Just helps you to get the most oxygen possible and to breathe deeper. And now that I mentioned oxygen, peppermint also increases your VO2 max. So it's just like if you were doing a cardio workout or running, oxygen is going to increase the amount peppermint is going to increase the amount of oxygen that your body can take in and use. So once again, labor is, it's a process. It is a workout. Like when people tell you to take it easy before you go and have a baby, I'm like, no, don't take it easy. This is going to be the hardest workout you've done all year. Like, get ready for that. And so peppermint, just breathing it in, increases your energy, increases your focus, and it's also going to help you increase your VO2 max, so you're going to have more oxygen in your body to do what you need to do. I will also mention that Panaway is great post-labor for the aches and pains, the soreness. If you push for a long time or in labor for a long time, you're going to feel uncomfortable. So that's really great. It's also good to relieve the discomfort of round ligament pain whenever your belly's so big and your back is uncomfortable. Basically, anywhere there's discomfort, just slather on that Panaway. It's going to feel so good. Also post-labor, I would encourage Epsom salt baths. So for relaxation and also for healing, you can add a full cup of baking soda and a half a cup of Epsom salt. And then I would recommend putting in Stress Away. You could add some frankincense for soothing. You could add a number of things, but just add all of that together with your oils, put it in the bathtub, let it all heat up, and then you can sit in there, and that is incredibly soothing for you. And the last thing I will say is that Frankincense on the top of your head helps with focus, with clarity, with it's like an oil that was used in the Old Testament tabernacle for prayer and for meditation. It's great for yoga. So just think about what that can do for your mind whenever you're in labor, just to stay focused and to have clarity and just mental fortitude for what you are going to be experiencing. So you can just put that right on the crown of your head. There's actually like a drain at the top of your head, so it's going to accept it in, and then it's going to end up going to every part of your body, which is really helpful. So a couple other things. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Thieves spray is helpful to keep in your purse, especially if you have not had your baby yet and all of those germs start passing around. I like to keep this in my purse with the seedlings wipes, and then just put a couple in a Ziploc bag, spray them together, and you can wipe down the handle of shopping carts, you can wipe down the surface at restaurants, all of the things. Oh, thanks, Tracy. 1 cup Epsom and half a cup baking salt, soda. So anyways, that is an amazing thing to have on hand for travel. So I hope that that is helpful. Also during pregnancy as well as labor and delivery, Ningxia is so good for your placenta, for fleshing out the umbilical cord. It's so good for energy, for recovery. I took Ningxia and Ningxia Nitro when I was in labor, along with AminoWise for my body to recover, the muscles to recover.